Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. What is up, Loyal Royals? So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I prep my nails and do a quick infill. And this is on me and this is going to be a watch me work. So I've already clipped out what was lifted. I've been hitting my nails a lot lately and this one lifted really bad and so did my middle one. So as you can see, I have a lot of cuticle skin. We're gonna get all of that out. And then I'm gonna show you my steps. So I took my cuticle pusher and I've pushed my cuticles back already. I clipped out the excess that was lifting. And now I'm going to take my cuticle bits and I'm gonna begin pushing them back so that I can completely clean my nail bed. I'm turning it on a very low setting and I have it in reverse. And I'm gonna start with just simply pushing my cuticles back in the opposite direction of the way that I would normally file. This helps push them back so that they're not like, mainly so that you can see what you're working with. I'll put it that way. I'm also doing this live, so I probably won't be adding any music. I hope everybody is doing good so far. This is technically, my shop has been closed since the 18th. So I've already kind of been in quarantine for a little while. I tried to hold off on doing my nails just because I had other stuff to get done. And then I'm gonna go in with this particular cuticle bit, which is a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna flip it back to forward, and I'm gonna go the opposite direction to clean the nail bed, just where my cuticle would normally be. That middle nail, whew, hot mess. Complete hot mess. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the dust just so you can see how it looks when you push the cuticles back. There we go. My nail plate looks so crazy. Once I'm done with these bits, I typically just put them in a little small dapping dish with some acetone and some antibacterial cleanser. So I'm going to be removing this old sanding band. I remove all my sanding bands after I use them or after each customer, and I toss it in the trash. And then I place a new one on so that no bacteria or anything like that is being transferred from customer to customer. I'm gonna keep it on that low setting, and I'm going to start removing that shine of the nail plate. Now, while you are preparing your nail, you also want to prepare the area where the old acrylic is sitting. So typically you don't really have to do this whole part right here, but I like to make sure that whatever is the grown out area, it is nicely blended, so that when I lay my acrylic in there, it completely just adds to the nail. And remember, you want to do this on a very low setting. If you need to debulk the nails, then you can use your ceramic bits or your metal bits, but you do not need to have this on a very high speed when doing this. There's a little spot right here that I missed. When you're doing your customer's nails, it is okay to flip the nail around so that you can see what you're doing, just like me. You want your nails to come out amazing. I'm sure nobody has a customer anytime soon, but you want to be practicing these things even on yourself if you're doing your own nails at home. So when you are doing a customer, you can be ready. So this pinky nail is pretty much completely ready and prepared. All that nasty gunky cuticle is removed. I cleaned up both sides and make sure I got all the lifted out that I could without hurting myself or my customer. And then I'm gonna move on to the next one. I will say, when you use your cuticle bits, if you do them the way that I showed you, it will eliminate the process of having to use nippers. Really the only reason why you might need to use nippers is because somebody might be getting a new set, so maybe they've never had their cuticles cleaned before. But if you use those cuticle bits gently and the right way, you will not have to use nippers afterwards. Like, look how good this looks compared to my other nails. A complete transformation. Literally amazing. Remember, when you are etching the nail bed, you want to be as gentle as possible. There is no need to add pressure to the nail or even dig downward. You want to make sure that you're using your bits as flat as possible, using your other fingers to rest upon. If you have a customer, if you don't have a customer, you're still making sure that you're taking all safety precautions while you're practicing and while you have a customer. Now this one, because there was a little bulk in here at the top, I'm probably gonna come back to this nail and take my hand file and blend it downward just a little bit to get rid of that hump in there. Same with my pinky, but I will say I like my apex to be high. I never break a nail, and I believe that's because I like my apex to be very high and curved up here at the free edge. Now on my customers, I do not do it that high unless they ask me to, or if their nail is like super flat, I'll give them a little bit of a curve. But I really like to have a very nice apex. Look at that. I also wanted to say shout out to my new subscribers. I will be doing a little subscriber list for new people who've joined the Loyal Royal team. You guys are awesome. I still can't believe I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. It's amazing. So yeah, we're just gonna keep growing from here. Also guys, if you guys ever have like any questions that you want to ask me personally about like anything nail wise, or you need help with something, or you're not understanding why you still have lifting, or why is my acrylic so runny, like stuff like that. If you ever have any questions, you can always shoot me a message on my Instagram, which is Royal Nails by Shar as well. And my social media stuff is always linked in the description. I typically don't use my Facebook page because it's a business page, so I might not respond as fast on there. But Instagram DM, I will always respond super fast because it's connected to my phone and all that. So hopefully this video is satisfying for you guys. It's satisfying for me. Not doing customers is very annoying. I cannot wait until we are all healthy and everybody's doing better and we can get back to working and doing our everyday stuff, because I miss doing my customers. Real quickly, I'm gonna take my nail file. This is an 80 grit file. This is one that I only use on me. I have it at home. And I'm going to just remove a little bulk from my middle nail. There we go. The pinky I think is pretty good, but I'm gonna do it just a little bit. Everything else looks really good. I typically like to shape after I do the acrylic application on me. That's just something personally that I like to do. On my customers, I do all the shaping and filing first. Ooh, I just scratched myself. I do all the shaping and filing first, and then I lay the acrylic and then like clean it up a little bit after. So right here, I would like to give a shout out to my subscribers. Thank you guys so much for joining the Loyal Royal team. Make sure you are active and you have on your post notifications to see when you will be the next subscriber shout out. Something that I'm also going to do right now is cleaning up the bottom of my nail bed. I'm not doing it to like thin them out or anything. I'm simply doing it because the longer you wear nails, they turn yellow. Like this one's turning yellow, and these are my natural nails, so I try to keep everything cleaned, sanitized. And sometimes when you wear nails for a long time, they tend to start to curve or grow outward. Like my nail shape is not stiletto at all. My real nail shape is square. So what'll happen is, as my nails start to grow out and they become longer, even though I'm shaping the acrylic skinny and stiletto, my real nail is still growing out square. So sometimes I'll have hang time on both sides that I have to go in and take care of. So I see a little bit of cuticle still on my nail. So I'm gonna go in and just clip what is visible. See right here, I'm gonna clip this little piece. Clip this one. When you're cutting cuticle, you definitely want to be careful. Ooh, look at that. So satisfying. Hopefully you guys can see that. Just a little bit on this one. And my thumb's pretty good. Alright, so after I do my cuticle cleaning, I'm dusting off the nails. I'm gonna go in with my Young Nail Swipe, which is amazing. I really love this. It's specifically formulated to cleanse the nail plate and work as a pre-prep. So it's a cleanser and a dehydrator. So I'm gonna take me a clean manicure brush. I'm gonna do like about 2 pumps, get it just a little wet, and then I'm going to saturate my nail bed and make sure that it is nice and clean, brushing downward to make sure that dust isn't going back into my cuticle. And now my nails are prepped and ready to go for acrylic. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with, first I'm going to put my brush in to get all those air bubbles out, make sure it's nice and clean. I'm going to go in with my Young Nails Protein Bond. Young Nails Protein Bond is really, really good for customers who are allergic to acid-based primers. This does not have any type of acidity to it. So meaning when you put it on, it's typically not supposed to burn at all. I'm sure maybe, excuse me, if you have a serious like cut or something, it could burn. But this is really good, and I feel like it helps protect my nails. I really feel like when I put this protein bond on, it really helps the overall healthy, the overall value and quality, that's the word, quality of my nails. So normally on me, I only use 1 coat of primer. On my customers, I use 2. 1 coat, and then immediately going in with the acrylic is actually perfect for me, and I just keep it from there. So for my acrylic, I like to use kind of like a natural sheerish pink color. So I typically will mix, which you probably shouldn't do this because you should keep it the same brand, but I haven't had any issues with it, so I just keep doing it. I typically mix Young Nails Speed Clear, Mia Secret Pink, and a little bit of Tammy Taylor P3. So I'm gonna go in with my first bead, about this big. I'm going to put it on, let it sit for a second, clean up those side walls, and blend it down. The next bead I'm gonna do is gonna be a little bit bigger. And I like to use this to add structure back to the nail after I've removed, gel polish or anything like that. I wear a lot of gel polish. I don't typically wear regular polish anymore unless it's maybe on my toes, but I haven't even been doing that lately. So anytime I do my nails or my customers' nails, I go in with extra beads of acrylic just to make sure I'm still adding that foundation, because sometimes when you remove gel polish, you can thin the nails out. So and there we have a nice filled nail. I don't know how the brightness just got up so high. Okay, next bead. Hopefully you guys can see pretty good. This one, my ring finger really is the only one that did not lift that much, which is crazy. Some people don't like long nails, but I love long nails. Some people don't like thick nails, but I feel like thick nails, well, not even thick, I'm gonna say supported nails are way better than super thin and easily breakable. It looks so clean. This nail, I'm gonna do it in 2 beads only because I have this little spot right here. So I'm gonna take my first bead, I'm gonna set it right where the acrylic is kind of like growing out, and then I'm gonna brush that down very gently. Make sure I clean up those sides. So that way I'm still adding the support in the nail. Then my next bead is gonna go back here. Let it sit for a second. and then guide it while it's setting. Remember, you want to check from sidewall to sidewall to make sure your nails are nice and even. Make sure there's no acrylic hanging on to the skin or anything like that. Add the beads as you need. I don't like to do strictly a 2-ball method or a 3-ball method or a 1-ball, just because sometimes you never know. Sometimes you could look at the nail and you might think like, okay, I need more acrylic, or I have too much, or I didn't need that one. So I always start off with typically 2 beads, and then I go in with a 3-ball. My nails typically don't lift that much, but because I waited about 3.5 weeks to do them, and I've been bumping them, I feel like as they grow, they probably have become a little loose, so. I will probably have these nails on for another month, and then I would do a new set. Alright, next I'm going to check to see if the nails are dry. Most of them are, except for these two. So I'm going to start shaping my nails. I'm going to pull down my skin right here, just to make sure that I am getting everything nice and clean. Typically, because I do pedicures as well, I like my nails sharp, but I also like them a little softer. So what I do is I shape them to a nice sharp stiletto, and then I take my file and I start to round the tip just a little bit so it's not as sharp. I don't know what's happening to my voice. I probably need some water. And then I like to take my file at a downward angle. I like to file downward to make sure that tip is nicely blended. Make sure when you are filing you get under the nail as well. Both of my middle and ring fingers are crooked, so when I file, I have to sometimes turn it this way so that I can see what I'm doing. It curves this way, so I'm gonna file just a little bit extra on this side so that it'll be nice and straight. Nicely filled. So I'm gonna take my sanding band and I'm just going to blend my nail back here. Putting my mask back on. I think this dust is getting to me. I'm not blending the cuticle. I'm simply making sure that everything looks good and blended. I'll take my cuticle bits and clean my cuticles after this. This is also an easier way to remove bulk. If you put too much acrylic on in one spot or anything like that, you can even do it with the hand file. I'm using this one just because it's quicker for me. Okay, after I've used my sanding band, I'm gonna go in and clean my cuticle area. I recently ordered this bit. If I can remember what site exactly, I will put it down, but it's a tapered bit. And I believe it is a medium coarse. So it has that kind of like let me see if I can do it sideways. Kind of has like that gradient or gradual slope. And because this one is new, I'm going to use my file to soften it a little bit. And I'm going to slow it down just a little bit because this is new and this is my first time working with this one. See, even me, taking safety precautions on myself. And I'm just using this bit to blend my cuticle, make sure everything is nice and smooth. I'm not filing on my actual skin. I'm actually only filing where I put the acrylic. Because you want it to look like the nail is growing from your finger. So, as you see up close, there's a slight little gap, but it looks like the nail is growing from me. Has anybody else's allergies been a little hectic lately? Because I feel like my allergies have been on 10. I wake up every morning, my eyes are super itchy, and I have like those little eye boogers in there. And by the time the night is over, they're itching again. Or my skin is itching. It's just crazy. After I clean my cuticle area, I'm gonna go in with a buffer. I'm gonna rub my buffer really quick with another one to make sure it's not so sharp. And then I'm gonna smooth underneath. Uh-oh, dropped my little napkin. Remove the dust. And then take young nail swipe again. Let the nails down. Clean underneath. If you do not follow Young Nails on social media, on YouTube or on Instagram, you really should. I highly recommend them because they have tips for staying clean, for nails, anything. All right, guys. After that, I'm gonna polish and do a design. I will make a post about my design later, but that is my quick fill. There's a little up close for you guys. They look so good. Isn't that crazy? Transformation completely. Alright guys, I really hope you like this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Drop down below what you are doing today. If you are in quarantine, what is something new that you're trying? Leave a comment and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget, glitter makes everything better, so keep shining. See you later guys. Stay safe.